I'm a card-carrying geek, so I used to go to conventions anyway. It's a little trickier to walk around them these days than it used to be, which is a great thing and a great problem to have. Yeah, I really like them. I especially like talking to the players of the work that I'm doing, to hear their connection to the story, to hear what they got out of it. It's very fulfilling to know that your work has had an impact amongst hundreds of other actors' impact, and amongst the the game itself, which was by the wonderful Larian Studios, obviously.
Oh, saving a drow I can understand, but saving gnomes? Oh.
To be a part of that and to hear people's connections, not only to the game, but also to each other in different communities, finding communities and finding friends through that is quite wonderful, quite extraordinary.
Why do you think that so many players are like enthralled, not only with Baldur's Gate 3, but with the character of Astarion?
I think it goes for all the characters. The writing team was so magnificent. The creator and writer of Astarion, the main writer, was Stephen Rooney, who's a wonderful, beautiful writer. I think they handled a lot of very mature subjects with a great amount of maturity.
The world will stir in fear.
As opposed to making it a tacked on thing of, oh, this is the cliche of this, and this is the oh, you need one of those, and da-da-da. They actually just took each individual character and tried to really go as deep as possible within the confines of a high fantasy story, which is pretty amazing. Also, D&D has that history of really exploring the human condition, amorphosizing certain creatures like elves and orcs and whatever it is you want to play.
Okay, you know that I'm of the undead persuasion. He's a zombie.
Is he like a cousin of yours?
There's a constant human narrative going through all of this. It's always also been typically very inclusive in terms of sexuality, ethnic backgrounds. It's always been pretty open like that. You can be who you want to be, which is a big part of D&D and role-playing in general, I think. It's your character. How do you see it? How do you see the interactions?
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
I think they really captured the spirit of all of that really well. For instance, including they-them pronoun cost them a huge amount of money to perform, because all the actors were fully performed in terms of full performance capture. So it wasn't just voice work, it was also motion capture as well, together, combined. It's an extraordinary amount of money, and they added in the they-them pronoun. So every single line you hear that has they-them in it, we've had to add on to the he-she pronouns that were already there in the first place. That is an extraordinary amount of investment that Larian made, because they wanted to, not because they had to.
The characters, each of them have the initial thing. I think everyone, when you initially are approached by like Lae'zel, you're thinking that this is just a brash,
angry warrior,
deadly person. Warrior. And then the more you get to know about a character and her history, and when she finds out about
and why she is the way she is.
Right. Of course, if you have the opportunity to romance her or whatever, you see that yes, there is a soft side to this like warrior character.